Okay, hi muckers. So I wanted to film kind of like an update video. Just kind of talking, because it's currently I've actually Alexa, what time is it?
It's 2:31 a.m.
2:31 a.m. and I am gonna try force myself to like film videos again tonight. And I think one of the main reasons for that is because if you can hear Milo on the scratch post behind. Hi. Hi. Hi, Milo. All right, let's get down because I want to drink my drink. Because the reason I want to film videos is like giving my. Hi. Oh my goodness, Milo. Oh my goodness. Do you want to say hello? Okay, I put the dogs in my bedroom just because I want Milo to feel comfortable that he can like jump up and around and hopefully he'll make an appearance. And whenever I'm sitting down and Milo does that, the dogs run at him. The dogs are really struggling to get used to what is happening, and Milo is really struggling to wrap his head around it. And I'm really stressed because if you're aware, my friend Emily has been looking after Gomez. Now, Gomez is my rag doll. Gomez is like a big, tough kitty. Now, Gomez and Milo always used to fight. And they always fought. Like, and it was always Gomez to Milo. Like, Gomez, as much as I love him, is like a little bully to Milo. He always has been. And it was always Tyler that was like the middle ground, and he always would stop fights, and he would always like he was just really good with maintaining everything because he was in the apartment the longest, so he kind of felt like it was his place, obviously. When the dogs would fight, Tyler would be in the middle of things, and then he would like comfort Dolly and then go over to Bonnie and all these different things. So I brought Gomez back yesterday around like 2 p.m. from Emily, and last night I had to ask Emily could she take him again for the night because Gomez was just attacking Milo constantly, and the dynamic seems to be very off now that there's no Tyler. So I didn't want anyone getting hurt yesterday, and I'm still trying to deal with everything, and I was dealing with like the dogs trying to get used to everything yesterday, like just seeing like Milo and Gomez, and then just seeing Milo. And so I was all to Emily, I was like I'm so sorry, but like, are you able to take him for like another night while I try figure out like what I can do? And I really want like advice. Basically, Gomez always was the trouble child, and he always used to attack Tyler too. But Tyler would always stand in the middle of everything, and now that it's just Milo and Gomez, Milo's a little small kitty and Gomez is like a big kitty. He's just like pinning him down and attacking him and stuff like that. So I had to like separate them yesterday, and there's just like that added on, like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and just the dynamic has completely been changed now. It is completely been changed. So but that's that. And then first of all, I'm doing horribly. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I've been wearing the same fucking outfit for like 4 days now, 5 days now. And the reason I was gonna say at the start of the video that I wanna like force myself to start filming videos again is because I'm actively like trying to like not deal with what is happening. So I like slept all night, and then I slept all day. Like I just woke up and it's like 2 a.m. Like, and I wasn't tired, but I just made myself like sleep through the day. And I had the dogs in my bedroom. They were lying down in my bed too, and the cats. And thank God they're being so patient with me. Obviously, I let them out to the bathroom like a couple times. It wasn't like they were in, the entire time, but you know what I mean about like not doing anything and like sleeping. It's just been awful. And everything about the process has been so quick and so cold and so like just like formal. So today was the deadline that I had to like let the vets know what we're doing with his body. I'm basically just starting, I'm looking at it like starting the process of bringing him home again. So I had to like decide whether I was getting like paw prints and what was happening with the cremation process, whether he wanted to get cremated or buried. Obviously, I live in an apartment, so Milo is like rubbing himself against the table and it's like shaking. Do you want to come up? Come on. You can come up. Oh my goodness. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Everyone's really concerned about you. Everyone's really concerned about you, Bob. So I live in an apartment, so I mean, burying was never an option. I mean, there's no, grounds around here, but it's all like concrete. So obviously cremation, and I had to like choose who was doing it, what kind of, box, all these different things, and it all felt so weird. And I mean, I woke up today and I am like weirdly delusional. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I've kind of like tricked myself, like without even knowing it, that I believe that he's still like alive and that he just went in for the surgery yesterday. God, was it only yesterday? Or was it the day before? I don't know. What day is it? Alexa, what day is it? Or what's the 15th? Oh, she's not gonna answer me. It's the 15th today, so it was the 13th, yeah. And so, yeah, that's all. I've really persuaded myself that he went in for surgery and that I'm gonna be picking him up again. And yes, baby. I know that's not true, but I don't know. It's the only kind of way I've been thinking about everything. I feel awful, and I feel like it's so difficult whenever it comes to like pet grieving, because I feel like people look at it in many different ways, and I feel like a lot of people look at pet grieving like, oh, like a couple days and you're over it, like it's only a pet. And I've never understood that, because I always like grew up with animals. I always, they are part of the family. And I mean, Tyler was my, Brighton day one. And I feel really uncomfortable in my apartment. And I know this is all gonna pass, but like, I feel uncomfortable sitting on this sofa, because this was the sofa that he basically spent his last week on. Like, he really didn't move from it. I'm refusing to go into my bathroom, because my bathroom was where he was isolated for the last couple days, and it's almost like a time capsule, you know what I mean? Like, everything is like where it was, like all of his medication is on, the counter, and, the litter box with little stuff in it, because he couldn't go to the bathroom is in there, and his blankets, his toys, his sachet of food that's in there that I was going to get him, or that I was going to give him, sorry, whenever he came back from the vets. He didn't come back. I just feel really uncomfortable in my apartment, and I've really just been like staying in my bedroom, which I know isn't good. And yesterday I went out. So after I filmed my video where I was kind of talking about it, and I filmed it over there, I had organized to go to breakfast with one of my friends, Neve, weeks and weeks beforehand, and it unfortunately was that Friday that we were supposed to going out, like that literal day, like 2 hours later. So I did pull myself together, and I did go to coffee, because I don't like canceling on people, and it was nice to not, it was nice that wasn't what I was thinking about for that, 30 minutes, an hour. And the other thing was, there's this party in Brighton called Polyglam, which is a once a month queer party, and I haven't gone before ever, and I hadn't gone last month, the month before, and the month before. I always like came up with an excuse to not to go. So everyone was making a big deal in the friend group, like this was the one Adam was finally going to go to, like I had bought my outfit, I had whatever, and then it was on the day that happened with Tyler, and I obviously wasn't even considering going, and then my friends, because we've quite a big friend group of like who we all go out like clubbing with, they were like, why don't you like come out? If you hate it, you can go home. Like we really want you to have a night where you're just surrounded by us. And I said no, and I went to bed, and I ended up sleeping for most of the day, and then I woke up to a call from Neve, and she was like, hey, like, I'm gonna be leaving in an hour, I'm late, so if you do want to come, like, use this hour to get ready, and, you know, I think it might be really good for you. And I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, I don't know if I should do it, and my dad was like, I think you should do it. And anyway, I went, and I had a really good time, and I'm glad I went, but I've kind of like exhausted my social battery now, because, and it was only like going out for like a couple hours, because I just didn't feel like myself. I was the progressively more drunk I was getting. I was then thinking about, oh my God, I have to go back into my apartment. And it was just so many things. So I have like so many cat hairs around, because Milo has been like in my bed all day, and so I'm like trying to get rid of everything. So yeah, I mean, I was supposed to go to dinner with my friends tonight, and I slept through it. I was supposed to go to coffee with my friend Rach this morning. We were supposed to go and take Dolly to get a pup cup. I slept through that. I really feel awful. And I think I wouldn't feel so awful if there wasn't issues going on with the cats, but there is, and there's like a nightmarish situation where my biggest fear of the dynamic of the cats changing is intense, and Gomez is like out for blood with Milo because Tyler's not there to stop it. And it's like crazy to like know like how much of an impact Tyler had even on like the animal ecosystem within the apartment. So it's just been, so I think if I wasn't even, you know, stressing about that, I wouldn't be as like just stressed as what I am now, because, you know, my main priority before I brought Gomez back was, you know, let's get all the cremation sorted, let's, you know, figure out where I'm going to put it in the apartment, let's like deep clean the bathroom that he was isolated in, like let's, you know, deep clean everything, and, you know, just whatever. And now my focus has been kind of taken away to, you know, I'm going to be picking Gomez up again in a couple hours, and it's just going to be starting the process of hoping that they're going to be, you know, good together again. But Gomez has a little something in his personality that makes him bully Milo, and he has for a long time, but Tyler has never allowed it, because Milo was Tyler's best friend, and Gomez was Tyler's best friend, so it was, you know, Gomez listened to Tyler, and Milo felt protected by Tyler, so it was just all these different things. So, yeah, I mean, it's a mess. It is a mess, and I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, I'm so angry with how things turned out, and I'm so angry that he couldn't get better, and I'm so angry that he was sick in the first place, and I'm so angry that, like, just all of these things, like, I'm like, I've gone through so many different stages, and I'm like angry now, like I'm angry that this happened. One thing I did want to talk about is this, which you're probably like, what the fuck is that? If you're on my social medias, you know that there's this photo of me as a baby. I mean, actually, like, child. I was, you know, I would say like between the age of like 2 and 6, and it was me cuddling like this, like a rabbit like this, and I got sent the photo by, this does have some importance, so just hear me out. My dad sent me the photo on my birthday this last year, and instantly all these memories of this childhood bunny came flooding back to me. My mom says I called him Floppy, which is whatever. It's interesting. And ever since that photo, I've been actively searching for this rabbit online, and I've struggled to find him. And it was actually one of the muckers who messaged me on Instagram, was like, hey, like I have been doing deep searching on the internet and I finally found one on eBay, and it is the exact rabbit that I had whenever I was a baby, except just like a new one. And I had ordered it like weeks and weeks ago. That's actually really dramatic, like a week and a half ago. And it was supposed to arrive on Wednesday the 18th to the 21st or something like that. Like within like a time frame that's like in advance. So I get back from doing that with Tyler and I film my video and I like sit down on the sofa and I'm just like in floods of tears and my doorbell goes and I open the door and it is a package, which was this. So this has arrived way before I was told it was even dispatched. It arrived way before its arrival date. And so I was like, oh my God, that's like a really comforting, thing. Like my childhood comforting plush arrived on the day that I really needed some comforting. And it also came with this like postcard like a little card of a cat. And it was just like, thank you for your order, best wishes for the new year. But that was like so weird that it came with this of like a cat as well. Listen, I'm just grasping at straws here. I was looking for some sort of fucking comfort and I really felt that. So I've been really holding close to Floppy apparently because I've just been needing any form of like, it's hard whenever you're on your own. And I am on my own. I'm in my apartment alone. I raise the animals alone, like all these different things. So it has not been nice recently. And I also want to apologize because, and I know the people are gonna be like, don't apologize for this, whatever. What I'm apologizing for is that everything is down in the dumps. Because life is life. I understand that. You cannot predict when these things are gonna happen, and life can be so beautiful, like the 2 years I had him. Life can be so cruel, the fact it was only 2 years. And I don't mean to constantly be on here being like, I'm so sad and I'm so down in the dumps, whatever like that, because not only do I know that I did my best, that Tyler did his best, but that I wouldn't have been able to get through a lot of it if it wasn't for the overwhelming support on my YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram. And I genuinely mean that, because there were people checking in like every day, and there were people commenting, like rooting for him and stuff like that. And it really did feel like there was like an army, rooting for us. And that was really comforting. And this may sound stupid, but knowing that I had people that I could come on and talk to, the first thing I did whenever everything happened was I came back and I filmed a video, and it was needed for me because it was like talking to like a really intimate friend where I just felt that I could let everything out. And then, even if I hadn't have posted that, like that did enough for me. But then posting it and, reading other people's stories and the overwhelming amount of people that had like put down their animals on the same day or like on the same week, it like really just put things like into perspective for me that like everything is so uncertain. Everything can be taken away as quick as it can be given. And I know that Tyler knew he was loved. And I know that Tyler knew that, he was loved by his brothers, loved by the girls, loved by me, by my friends. He met my family and my mom and dad. And they were all rooting for him as well. And that we did so much together. We experienced so much together. There were so many nights where I would be on the sofa crying from this, that, or the other. So many nights where I'd come in drunk from the club and he would be, resting in bed beside me, comforting me. Or so many nights where I had like really good news and he would like do the zoomies and stuff like that. Like there were so many life moments that happened between me and Tyler. Like I really arrived in Brighton and got him at the same time. So every single, this is what I'm saying, like basically every single life thing that has happened for me since moving out, which was the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, has involved Tyler in some way. So it's hard knowing that that's gone, and it's hard knowing that that's it. And it's so like, life is so harsh that is it. Like, that's it. I'm never going to see him again. And that's it. Milo's never gonna see him again. The dynamic between the cats is forever changed, and it's horrible. It's horrible, but it's life, and that's why I'm trying to like talk to myself now. I'm like, well, you feel awful, but it's life. You know, this happened. Well, it's life. Like, it's been the only way I've been like able to make myself go like less crazy. But yeah, it's like these are one of the times where I'm like, damn, I wish I lived with someone. Damn, I wish I, lived closer to my friends who live, down like 20 minutes away or whatever like that, where it's like, and then I'm conflicted because I'm like, I do want to hang out with people, but I don't want to be the burden of the room. And it's just been an awful few days. And that's okay. I know that I'm going to get over this. I know that I'm going to, be able to healthily process this. I know that I'm going to get to a stage where I'm going to look back on Tyler as a beautiful memory and all these different things. I know I'm going to get to that stage. I've done it before. I've lost animals before. The problem is I've never lost animals to the magnitude of Tyler before, because I have always lost family pets in which I didn't raise them. I wasn't their responsibility, 100%. Tyler was mine. And that's why I think it's going to take a little bit longer. And I am actively in two ways about bringing his ashes home. I am terrified because I know that they said it's going to be 1 to 2 weeks. I know I'm going to make so much progress, probably, in 1 to 2 weeks with how to manage things, how to deal with my emotions and stuff. Then the second I bring him home, everything is going to be reset and it's going to be back to square one again. I know for a fact that is how it's going to go. So I'm terrified for that. And then there's another part of me that's like, I just want him home. In some form, I just want him home. So I think I'm just still in in a place of disbelief and being like, did that really happen? Like, whoa, like, that doesn't, like this morning, whenever I woke up, before going back to bed, I immediately went into the bathroom, and then I was like, oh my God, I came into the bathroom to start the process of giving Tyler his pills for the day, his medication for the day, because it had been so ingrained in me for 2 weeks, the routine of twice a day, 2 pills, and I was like, oh. Like, there's moments like that, you know what I mean? Or whenever my pizza arrived, I opened my front door to go down to the lobby of my building, and I was like, oh shit, I need to make sure the cats are in the room, and haven't like escaped. So I look in and I'm like, all right, Milo, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking for a second cat that's no longer here. Milo, the last thing I'll say is, I know Milo is struggling. And I think Milo found comfort in Gomez coming back, and then that all got screwed up by Gomez. But don't get me wrong, I adore Gomez, and he's my baby boy, but he's a lot. And he's, especially recently, whenever he was attacking Tyler, and then he was attacking Milo, like, he really is, like, the extreme version of any other animal that I have. Like, he's a ragdoll, he's huge, he's powerful, he is so temperamental, and all these different things. But Milo has been like following me in every room now and like needs to know where I am constantly, and I just feel really bad for him, and I'm like monitoring it that he doesn't lose his appetite, and he's been finding comfort in Dolly. Like, Dolly has been comforting him, like licking him and just like cuddling him with him. And I think just like one of the main things like getting me to like power through in any capacity is that I'm bringing him home eventually, and that I need to be okay because the other ones, are depending on me. And so they're also going to be emotionally going through it whenever they realize all these different things, that I need to be there for them too. And do you want to come over? It just is, it's such a layered, awful, come on, layered, awful situation. But Mr. Milo here is definitely out of sorts. he's definitely out of sorts. Because, I mean, it was him and Tyler, you know, basically, not day ones, but like, they grew up together, and it was Gomez that was introduced later. He was like my latest. And even Gomez was like, you know, a year and a half ago, a year and a bit ago. But I mean, these two really grew up from kittens together. So this is the first time Milo's ever been alone. And even when Tyler was struggling, I tried to like introduce them to each other, you know, at least like once a day so they had each other. So, yeah, that is the update. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film. I'm going to try my best. And I know people are going to be like, don't force yourself to film. I appreciate that. But I think I'm almost like doing it for me now. You know what I mean? Like a distraction, having something to do, having something to fucking, like, a task that I have to like wake up for. So anyway, that's me. I did just want to do a little update before I go back into doing like my regular content. So I appreciate the messages. I really do. I appreciate people opening up. I just want to say that I appreciate people loving Tyler throughout the time I had him. Because the amount of people that sent toys for Tyler in the P.O. box, drew Tyler, fan art of Tyler, all these different things, is like, I just appreciate people appreciating him. And so yeah, I'll talk to you all later, but I did just want to film this. Do you want to say goodbye, Milo? Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say goodbye to everyone? Do you want to say goodbye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He's like so unimpressed with me right now. Do you want to say goodbye? Why do you... I was going to say, why do you look so sad? I know, but like... Let's smile, Milo. And now he's over it. He is purring though, which is good. God, he's such a little sweetie. He's purring really loud. Well, I know I'm going to be here for a bit petting him. Well, muckers, I appreciate everything, and I will see you in my next one. And, I mean, what a journey the past 2 weeks have been. It's life. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.